On 22 June 2026, the financial world lost one of its most influential figures, Alan Greenspan. From 1987 to 2006, chair of the Federal Reserve System. My name is Michael Frömmel. I'm a professor of finance. After 30 years of research at universities, central banks, and in the financial sector, I want to share my knowledge and provide you with the evidence-based insights to make better financial decisions. There's a lot to say about him, about crises, bubbles, and irrational exuberance. But I want to focus on something else, communication. As he put it, since I have become a central banker, I have learned to mumble with great incoherence. If I seem unduly clear to you, you must have misunderstood what I said. Markets became so desperate for signals that they didn't just analyze his words, they even constructed their own signals, even tracking the thickness of his briefcase. It became a recurring media heuristic brought into the spotlight by CNBC anchors like Mark Haynes, who would literally analyze Greenspan's walk and his briefcase on live TV. According to the so-called briefcase indicator, a thicker briefcase means a policy change, whereas a thinner briefcase means stability. The rationale behind it? If there's a policy change, there is more need for justification and he needs to carry more paper with him, including figures and statistics. It sounds absurd, but as always, it reveals something fundamental about how financial markets process information. Because on financial markets, information does not always go directly into prices. If the information is ambiguous, it goes through the order flow, the orders that the other traders observe closely before it translates into trades and finally into prices. In other words, the traders learn from each other by observation, and news is translated into prices with a short delay. And that's where market microstructure begins. At its core, market microstructure studies how information is processed into prices, not directly, but by interaction between buyers and sellers. Traders don't just react to news, they react to each other. And prices do not move when information exists, but when it is revealed by trading. Central bank communication is rarely direct. I have studied this in my own research, and the evidence is quite clear. Communication shapes order flow, and with it, the prices. At its core, monetary policy follows two different philosophies. Either opacity, Greenspan's strategic ambiguity, or transparency, a clear forward guidance, best represented by Bernanke. And the data reflect this shift. Over time, the Fed's communication has expanded dramatically, with an increasing amount of words and complexity. But with the appointment of Kevin Warsh in 2026, we might be seeing early signs of a return to opacity. So the question is, does more communication improve the market, or does it only create more noise? Markets are not only built on information, but on how it is traded. Don't fall for the trap. Subscribe and stay ahead. Thank you.